Hey there guys, it's Metro, and today we are back with another golf video, and this one's a little different than the first one. I've been thinking about this for a while, and I wanted to try a couple different styles of video. Again, my main focus is improving, and even though it would be nice to have the focus on entertaining, I'm not quite there yet with golf. So today we're going to try this. This is going to be a little bit more like kind of like the review videos we did in World of Warcraft. So hopefully, yeah, I've already done a lot of looking at this footage, and I do think there's going to be a lot to look at, and hopefully the commentary won't stop with just me. Maybe you guys will have some thoughts too. So this is not a very good round of golf especially compared to the first one. There's some things I did much worse. But in general, I do think there's a lot to be looked at as like, oh, that was actually good. So the way we're going to do this is I'm going to go through every single hole. We've cut out pretty much everything other than the actual shot. I have the two scorecards from Monday and from today. So today's round was a 99. Monday's was a 94. So if you're not aware, 94 is actually the best I've scored on that course ever. So yeah, so 95, not terrible. Anything under 100 for me is like, okay, I'm doing all right. Did not have any eights on the card, but did have a couple triples, which were on, yeah, par threes. Par threes were a disaster today, and you're going to see why. So anyway, so today we played the, that's the wrong 9 we're looking at. Anyway, today we played the first hole, which is a medium par 4. For bogey, which is actually what we played at Monday, but in a very different order of things. So let's go ahead and take a look. We're also going to take a little look at the actual swings too. The one thing I like about this program is that we could stop it frame by frame. So right out of the gate here, you're going to see, I'm actually surprised by this. You press the E button on VLC Media Player, it shows frame by frame. Now, one thing I will say about the footage is I changed the lens on the camera. So the one that I was using Monday was way more wide, meaning I got more out of the shot. I was hoping that with the more focused lens, I'd be able to actually see where the ball landed, but I still can't. I think the difference here is that you just have to have somebody actually picking the camera up and zooming in on the ball flight in order to see where it lands, because I don't know what else I could change. I mean, I'm as close to the ball as I could possibly get, and yeah, I'm not really sure. And another thing I want to do with these videos that I'm having a lot of trouble with is adding a shot tracer or whatever, pro tracer, whatever you want to call it. And I tried using the app. Problem is it's only for Windows and iOS for some retarded reason. So I don't know why people develop like hard technology for those mobile. Anyway, so I had to get BlueStacks, which I already had. Android emulator, but I'm trying to do the footage in there, and it's like, I think the Android version of the app is just really bad because it's just crashing constantly, or just not exporting. It's really not working. So if anybody knows how to do shot tracer in DaVinci Resolve, let me know, because I've looked a lot and I don't think there's an easy way to do it. Even if there was like a medium difficulty way, the only way I found to do it is you can draw frame by frame. But like the thing is, I can't see where the ball lands, so I don't like know for sure how long the arc has to be. I can get it to the apex, but then how do I estimate where it ends? The thing about the app is like it kind of just has like a uniform curve to it that if, realistically, if it went up in that direction, it's coming down the other direction. Yeah, I'm not a robot, so I'm not able to do that. So anyway, so we're going to continue to look at this here in next frame. Now, this is what I'm actually surprised by. So first of all, before we start, on Monday's video, I watched it like at least 5 times. A lot of parts I watched maybe upwards of 10 times. Because again, I'm trying to learn from what I'm doing wrong here, which is a lot. But the one thing I noticed is that I'm swaying quite a lot, and I don't know why I'm doing that, because I never used to do that. And I was like, okay, when I woke up this morning, I was like, okay, we know we're swaying way too much. We got to find a way to fix that. And I thought I had the solution in my head, but it just kind of, I guess it didn't really materialize, or I didn't really stick with it long enough, because these first 2 holes go quite well, and then things kind of fall apart really, and then they just never really get back on track. So you'll see, again, you can't see as much of me as I would like for most of these shots, but you will see, yeah, good rotation. And look at that. That's a stiff shaft, guys. That's a okay. So the club's a little old. I don't know if that has some impact on it, but that is some. I mean, that's kind of some serious head speed there, I feel like. So I think I got it on the first hole, whatever I was doing. This is definitely a lot more club head speed. And I know this for a fact because I sliced this. And first of all, these balls are like, like they should not be, like, it should be very hard to slice these. I have sliced them in the past, but this is like a pretty serious slice. And I also am like 30 yards farther than I normally am on this tee box. So not only did I lose distance on the shot shape, but I also am past where I normally am when I hit it straight, like the dead straight like shot trajectory that I hope to emulate here. So as you see, club is coming a bit inside at contact, and the ball kind of splays out right a bit. You can already see it turning over from the left to right direction. So, but anyway, as you see, it goes all the way. Basically, this is the shot. It goes kind of from this direction, and it lands kind of over here. Okay, so and again, you won't be able to see the fairway obviously from this shot, but yeah, it's much further than I normally am, and it's actually in an area that I've never hit a golf ball from on this hole. But that's still not a great shot. But as you see, that was a good swing. Just again, I really don't know the slice situation or what's going on there. So here's second shot. Now this one's a little bit the angle's not great. I kind of forgot about using the cart as a stand, so you see the cart's over there. The green's kind of down this way. Hopefully the mouse is clear for you guys. The green's kind of down this way, and I see this opening right here. Okay, so I could either go this way and maybe try to play a little bit of a left to right action here, but realistically, that's not what I want to play out of out of the rough. Maybe by accident, but never in purpose. And then I see this kind of clearing here. So this is what I'm going to end up going for. And I do think it's the right direction. But I'll tell you, this is my biggest, I mean, you can't even call it a pet peeve. My biggest complaint about this course is that it's like rock hard and there's trees everywhere. Like the fairways aren't very wide. So if you don't find the fairway, it's doubly as difficult as it should be because there's literally just trees all over the place. When I've played at other golf courses, you're either in the trees or you're not. There's never like trees blocking like 50% of your shots. And that is the biggest thing that stops me at this course. I feel like it's not only like hard to score, but it's quite frustrating because if I hit a shot that's slightly offline, it's not out of play, but I just don't have a shot. Like I might as well just go back and hit a provisional and carry on from my third shot because I might have a better chance of scoring on the hole. So this happens on the first hole now. Like I said, you can see this bell. Usually it's not really that obvious, but so anyway, we're gonna take a look at the shot again here because I do think that we do a good job here too. So first things first, you can tell I'm quite tense. See my mouth. That is always an indication that I'm quite tense, and it's mostly because I had a lot of thought in my head. It's a gorgeous day out, first of all. So I was thinking about how that was going to affect the footage. There's just a lot of thought in my head at the time, and but Thursday's always a little rough. Wednesday night, stressful night with raid and everything. So still little tense coming in today, and that's definitely going to cause a lot of problems. But I mean, this all looks good to me. I mean, this is what I expect, but something causes me to turn over a little too quick. And I do think it's the backswing, a little bit too elongated here. Typically, I would want to see, you can't see it, but at the top of the swing, basically, the way I've learned to swing this way, which is a single plane golf swing, if you haven't seen this discussion or heard about this discussion, I'm not going to be talking about it today. But anyway, the way I've learned how to execute the swing, you want to take the club back until it's at a point where if you were to flip it, like let's put it this way, the club is like a broomstick. This is the way I was taught. The club is like longer than it is, and if you were to flip it, the one end would hit your stomach, like it would hit right here basically. And then when you turn, like the club and the body turn at the same degree at all times. So I've gotten off, that's not the case anymore. So now the club is the butt of the club is way up in the air. The club itself is here. So now I have to kind of pull it, and that causes me to kind of push it even further right than I want to go. Ideally, I want to go through here. I kind of end up going through here. So you'll see what that looks like. But here is the downswing, and as you see, yeah, I'm already the gut is more forward, and the club is still well behind me. And but yeah, you see some pretty decent speed, and then but as you can see, the club is quite open, and it causes it to push it. Whereas more I'm trying to go this way, it causes it to push it this way. So, but ultimately, it's these trees that cause this to be a poor shot. Again, if it wasn't for the tree, if this was just a normal rough, a normal area of rough, this would have been fine. I probably would have been very close to the green. I just would have been in the wrong orientation, and that would have been it. So, but anyway, that's the second shot here. So far, so good. I'm looking at this and being like, wow, this is going good. It's already better off than it was. Now, one thing is, first, I don't know if they're building a road here, but right on this left side of this golf course here, there's like, they've been working on literally, I'm not even lying about this. I've been coming to this golf course since I was 18 years old. They've been working on this since then. I'm 31 now, guys. So for freaking 12 to 14 years, they've been working on something to the left side of this golf course. I don't know what it is, but they're still working on it today. So you're going to see that, and you're going to hear it a lot in the footage. But anyway, so here's a, it's probably about a 40-yard pitch. This is something that I do feel like I have done pretty well in the past. The single plane swing has helped me substantially with these, basically anything that would be a low, like an iron / wedge type club, or anything like that. But it's a full swing. I'm good at that. When I can take a full swing and hit the ball up in the air and down, it goes where I want it. I can control I have good control of the distance because I can take a full swing, even if I have to take something off. In the backswing, I'm comfortable with that. But this is not that swing, okay? This is like 40 yards. That's way too much no matter what club I'm hitting, or way too little no matter what club I'm hitting. So you're going to see this a lot when I swing, and this is like a huge, I don't really know how to fix this. I've never really, I don't really know what the approach should be, because you're going to see it here. So there's the backswing, and again, it's turning properly. Yeah, the turn is good. These are always easy. You don't have to take it all the way to the top of the swing. And then you see I'm kind of over rotating. And this is because I'm thinking about how I'm going to not hit the ball 75 yards or something like that. How am I going to stop it? And here's how I do it. You see, first of all, already square. My hips are already square, and the club's not even properly descending it. But this is it here. You're going to see. I don't know what's with the artifacting, but see, let's see if we can watch that again. Oops. Okay. That's not right. Okay, my bad. I went too far back. Okay, let's watch this live, because you're going to see what I mean. See that really short backswing, or really short follow through? I don't really know what that does to the ball, but I have to assume that it's causing a lot of my inconsistencies, because it's going to happen a lot more today. This is only hole 1, and it gets a lot worse. So, but it's not bad. It's actually quite good. It's a bit left, but it's roughly pin high. I think it might be a little long. No, it's pretty good. So here's the putt. So now the putting, like I say, I've been all over the place with putting. I don't want to keep blaming the greens, but I do think part of it is the greens. You have to hit it harder than some holes. It's like you have to freaking hit a driver to get it there, and then other holes you can just tap it, and you see kind of that bumpy, almost like, I'm not really sure what that even was. It might have hit something, but yeah, actually I think there's like an impediment. I don't know, but it's just never like a true path to the hole, and that's a lot on me, obviously, but there's a couple greens that it's pretty bad on. So, but anyway, that's a bogey, and that's a pretty good number for that hole, because basically if you're not in the fairway, then you're gonna make there's gonna be one shot that's wild. So okay, so next up is number 2. If you remember from Monday's footage, Wednesday's upload, it was a 7. This was a really bad hole for me. I actually lost a ball which I should not have lost, but I suck at finding golf balls. I'm absolutely horrible at it. I have no idea why. I lose golf balls that should never be lost. And that's why I wanted to start recording, because I do feel like the one thing about recording is I do feel like I'm taking every shot more serious. So I'm more apt to not just give up when I can't find a ball, because I don't want to look like an idiot on camera. But so this we bogey as well. So this was a good hole. Let's take a look at this. Very loud because of that kind of construction going on, but it's definitely not good for golf. See how gorgeous it is, though. Now again, we can't really see the full. That was the first hole was basically the only hole we can actually see the full backswing on, but you can see the shadow. It does kind of tell you what's going on a little bit. Too handsy here, I think, and definitely turning maybe too. Oh yeah, that's way too much turn already. And as you will see, I basically missed the ball. It's already the head is turned over almost entirely. It's just the plane or whatever, the arc of the swing. It's on the up end way too much. But this actually is perfect. Then this is something that I do think I'm getting better at. In the old days, if I did not hit the ball square, or if I missed up, like the timing, the tempo of the swing, the ball is gone. It's 40 yards to the left or right. Now, because of the single plane swing, my misses are still on the same plane. So they go in the general direction I want them to. And even though this is a miss hit, as you see, the ball's path is basically like this. It's actually like a little bit of a stinger, and then it kind of rises, and then it gets stuck in this tree here and comes out. So this is actually perfect. I would take this literally every time I play this hole, because hitting it perfect is nice, but as long as you hit that tree and it drops down, you're still in the fairway. So it's almost better, because if I hook it or something like that, it can still catch that tree and land in the fairway, which is kind of crazy about this hole. So as you see, lands in this tree and kind of dribbles out around this side here. So now we're gonna go to the second shot, and as you see, pretty much right in the fairway. I'm in the rough and it's in the fairway. But the problem is here, well, actually, yeah, let's take a look at this. So I think it's shift. Yeah, shift is 3 seconds back. Good. Okay, so let's take a look here. I don't really see the issue out of the gate. But again, yeah, clubs just, oh God, oh man. Okay, that's way too far. Again, if you could ever see this on the, above my wrist, basically, then we've done it wrong. That's just way too much backswing and just gets me off tempo here. It's actually, you could see the weight shift here, turn a little too early, and basically, I don't know what's with the artifacting there. But anyway, same problem as the first hole, second shot. It's just gonna splay out right a bit, and this time again, it's pretty good. Like, because there's not a tree in the way, it still goes where I want it. Now, unfortunately, I had it on time lapse mode, so that was as slow as I could make that time lapse footage. Let's see, we can just watch it live again. But yeah, so I had a pretty poor chip from this spot. It's basically on the cart path. I actually had to take. You'll see these like, I don't know. It's like a barrier, so you don't take the cart in here. I had to take them out just so I could hit it. I think that's fine, right? So anyway, I hit the chip. It kind of landed here and bounced off to the other side. So not a good chip. I would have liked to talk more about this one, but you can't really see it. So we'll talk more about them in the future. Now, that chip actually was not bad. I've been trying a couple different styles, like I said on Monday, and essentially it's either like, I don't know, I don't really know how to call it. It's like one is like a putter stroke almost, and the other one's like a more like traditional, swing, like quarter swing or something like that. And the quarter swing one, I feel like I can get it up in the air a lot, but the chip, I feel like, or like the putt style. Now, and that's something that I do want to just bring up real quick. That hit this pin. The pin's, first of all, is like leaning like 45 degrees to the left for some reason. And it hit the pin and then kind of bounced around it. And that would have went in the hole, right? Anybody disagree with that? I mean, I've heard people talk about this since you're not supposed to take the flag sticks out. If you hit the flag stick, it counts. That's not how that sounds like cheating to me, but I guess it's true. Like that should have went in. So I'm counting that as a 5, even though it didn't go in the hole. I don't know if anybody disagrees with that, but anyway, so yeah, the chipping is really bad. This is definitely the worst hole for it. I'm going to show you. But so here we go. Now this is, if you remember, number 3 on Monday, whatever, Wednesday's upload. I had a 5 on this hole, which is a double. This hole, I do a triple. And it's way worse. Monday's problem was I just got screwed by wind, I guess. I mean, I was way short. I was like 50, 60 yards short somehow. Today I'm long. I hit the same club as I did Monday, which is way too much club. And ironically, I just wanted to test that because I wasn't sure since I never compensate for wind. I was really surprised how short I was on Monday, and I thought maybe I was doing something wrong. So then I hit the same shot on today, Thursday, whenever it's uploaded, and it's way long and to the left. So you'll see the ball flight here. Let's go frame by frame. This time I kind of yank it a bit. Again, I think this happens when the ball is too far forward in my stance. And that's just because the club head is already turned over when I hit it. So it kind of just goes that way instead of straight. But anyway, it's fine. This is fine. If I just knew how to use a chip, knew how to hit the ball in the air 20 yards and stop it, this would be perfect. This is a very easy shot here, and I just don't know how to do this. So it's about 25 yards away. I wanted to land it right about here. I land it. Oh yeah, it's back there. Okay, so basically the same. Yeah, oh, see you later. Look at it, almost hits the flag on the way by. I was actually thinking it was gonna hit the camera, but no, it's way past that. And thanks for stopping by. It's gonna be triple. So now I'm on the other side of a bunker. You can't tell, but there's actually a bunker there. I'm on the other side of it. So that's further than the first chip, I think. So it's another basically 25 yards. I basically hit that like 55 yards instead of 25. And that's my biggest problem. I just cannot get distances down. I don't know like how much of the swing to take off. I feel like it depends so much on the lie. There's so many of these weird uphill chips on this course too. I've hit like early on, I thought I found the consistency that I needed to replicate 25-yard shots or something like that. And then I try to hit them on these uphill pars, like par 4s and 3s, and it's like the ball doesn't even reach the top of the hill. So then I was like, like the one time I came out here, my mom was just hanging out, watching because she was going back to work. She wanted to come watch me to play golf. And she's like, you have to hit it harder than that. And I'm like, well, I guess you're right, because if I don't, it's not going to make the hill. So now I start hitting it harder on these, and then it goes to the back of the green like on Monday. It's like I am so lost, man. The short game is just an absolute mess. If I could use the normal amount of distance and consistency that normal people have in my short game, I would actually be very good. I think I'd be like an average golfer. You know what I mean? So here we go again. Exact same situation. 25 yards. I don't know. Have no idea how hard I need to hit it, and I keep like decelerating. I think that's a problem. I mean, the ball's in the air. I just hit it too hard, but I don't know how to, like, literally I take the club back, and then as it comes down, I just stop it. Like I stop it like 10 degrees through the swing. And it's like, okay, that's working, but it can't be how you're supposed to chip. And then as you see, bounces off camera again. So another basically 40 plus feet for this putt. And now I'm rattled. Now I'm pretty upset because the first 2 holes went so well, and bonk right off the camera. That should be a penalty, but we've been penalized enough. So anyway, missed that one too. So now that's another problem. Putting, just like I said on Monday, I feel like the longer the putt, the more comfortable I am with the stroke. I just didn't line it up right. And I don't feel like I gave it like the right pace. Like I feel like the putt should still be moving fast as it's going into the hole. From what I've seen, like good golfers, that's what it looks like. Like the ball rolls into the hole. It doesn't just kind of die and then kind of fall into the hole. That's usually how I make putts. If I make a putt from any distance it's like it kind of just gets there and then it just kind of falls off a cliff into the hole. But I don't think that's how it's supposed to go. So I'm not really sure what I should be doing differently. Suppressing a little anger there, as you can tell. But anyway, so now we're on the par 5, and this again goes poorly, but again for another reason. So this time, the last time we made a 6, which is a bogey. Today we make a double. I've made up to a 10 on this hole. So anytime I see under an 8, this is a really good score for me. And this is my quintessential complaint here. Like, this fairway is like, it's not very wide for a par 5. I'm just going to say that. I know I'm not the best golfer. Making excuses doesn't help. But this is a very, very narrow par 5. And if I've ever been in the fairway, it's nice to have a good second shot, let's put it that way, on a par 5. And this, I don't really miss it. It's probably one of the better hit drives, honestly. Let's see if we can see. Look at that. Was that a bug? Oh, that's interesting. Let's see if we can see this happen. But again, you can't. I got to change the lens on the camera. I already changed it. I won't let this happen again. Now that I was really hoping that if I had a more condensed lens, it would show where the ball landed, but it's just not. I don't know, the quality isn't good enough for that maybe. But let's see where the club face is at contact. Also at 30 FPS because I thought I needed to do that to be able to do the shot tracer. So I'm going to go back to 60 FPS with the wider lens, and then we'll be able to do these a little bit better. So this time you see much less club head speed, and the club is just a bit open at contact. And I think that's probably partially just due to the grip. It doesn't look like, I don't think part of the single plane swing is a little bit of a spine tilt, which isn't uncommon when you're swinging the driver, but because I was so focused on not swaying with the bigger, with the longer clubs, I wanted to make sure I was focused on that, and then I kind of just forgot about the basics. So anyway, I kind of just blocked it outright. But this, again, should have been absolutely fine. It should have not been a problem at all, and it isn't. I have a nice little clearing. Basically, if I just go through these trees, again, we'd be pretty far left of the green, but we might actually be close to getting there in 2. This was hit well. I'm in play to make birdie for sure. And then same thing here that I've been doing. This, first of all, I don't know what the hell's going on here, but that doesn't look good to me. I don't know if that's always what I look like. But frankly, I think something's wrong here. Oh, that's not right. Honestly, I think I need longer clubs or something. I'm not really sure what the situation is. Maybe I need to bend more. But I feel like in order to hit the ground with some clubs, I have to kind of crouch down or something almost. So anyway, let's see this unfold one more time. But so again, okay, look at how far the backswing is even. That's the worst of the ones that we've commented on so far. And that's why, because the lower body is 2 milliseconds ahead of the upper body. So by the time the club head gets through, everything's facing left and the club head's pushed right. So this is just dead straight into the woods, unfortunately. This would have been probably on the green if there wasn't a tree there and I hit it in the right line. But instead it goes into the woods, and you can tell I'm quite frustrated. So now I'm basically at the same spot I was on Monday. Monday I was about here. I just dropped here. It was in here somewhere. I don't know. I couldn't find it. So I just dropped here because I was sick of hitting over this tree. So I take a little bit different line and it works out, but still pretty short just because I didn't know how hard to hit it. So anyway, 3 putts coming up, I believe. Yeah, definitely. And again, these really long putts. Now, ironically, I found a pink ball. When I was in there looking for my red ball, I did not find it, but I found a pink ball instead. And yeah, as you can tell, putting. Hear that back? I don't know what they're doing over there. It honestly looks like they're building a road because they're flattening out this ground. Okay, so now here's the dog leg right par 5, 2 back-to-back par 5. So it's good to air the driver out a bit. This time I do better than last time. Last time I made a 7. This time I make a 6. So this is a bogey. And this is actually not a good hole at all. So I actually play the shots I do hit well, very well. This is really bad. This is really bad. The worst drive of the day for sure. Let's see it. you will see the ground gets struck first. See that? That's suboptimal, not ideal. So hit the ground first, pop it way up to the left, basically hit like a 7-iron, and that is that. So we're really far. Okay, now we're going to hit our second shot. And this one is just not the right direction, I guess. Again, I kind of pushed it a little far right, and it just kind of goes over this tree. There's a bunch of waste there, and at this point, I turn behind, and there's a guy coming up this hole. So I don't really know how that's happened, because when I teed off, there was nobody anywhere near. And now, unfortunately, I do have a bit of anxiety about, you know, holding people up, especially now that I'm filming. So, wait, what? Oh, did I miss? I must have missed a shot. But anyway, we couldn't find the ball. We dropped. We hit down here, just shy of the green, and the only good chip of the day, basically. Now, at this point, I identify what might be called a bump and run or something. I try to get it on the ground faster and let it roll more, and it works considerably better for me. And there you go. So just tap in for 6. I could have swore I had footage of that second shot. I guess I just forgot to edit it in. But anyway, probably for the best. Okay, so this is the hole we made birdie on. We do not make birdie today. We make a 6. So that's a double. So 3-stroke swing. Now this is a really good drive. Again, this tee box is really friendly to me. I don't know why. The last few times I've hit out this box, it just seems to go really far. Just a coincidence probably, but I don't know. I'm always getting more distance than I expect on this hole. So here we are. Second shot, and again, didn't hit it well. Little thin, I guess. And it's kind of pushed right yet again. Everything's going a little right today. So we're off the green, a little close to pin high to our right, about 40 yards from the flag still. Maybe not that much, but yeah, but at least 25 yet again. Can you guess what's gonna happen? Anybody want to take a guess? Here we go. If you guessed gonna be 25 yards over the flag, you'd be right. Boom. Thanks for soundbite. But this time it's just hit it thin. So now it's in my head. I'm like, oh great, I cannot hit a chip well. Again, I don't show a shot. But yeah, we're back on the green and 2 putts coming. But yeah, just like, come on, hold on a second. See how much it's bumping like that? Look at this. What's going on here? Look at that. The ball is literally bouncing. Is that something I've done wrong? Look at this. It's bouncing like a freaking inch off the ground. Look at that. It's not even rolling. It's just bouncing. Is this my fault? Did I do something wrong here? Maybe I did. Did I like hit the top of the ball and it caused it to bounce? I have no idea. But that should not happen one way or the other. So that's 2 chips. 2 like driver, iron, 2 chips, 2 putts. Okay, so here is actually a hole we play really well today. We did 6 last time. Today we do 4, so par. This is really good. It's almost the same situation. Look at that. Pure, really well struck. Again, a little bit to the left. This is actually almost the same shot that I had on Monday. I do think on Monday we're actually in the fairway, but I like chipping out of the rough, or whatever, pitching out of the rough. Again, about 50 yards. So yet again, I don't like, this isn't a club that I have. I can't hit a full swing and make it go 50 yards. So what we're doing here is we're going to try to take 50% of it off, and we're going to try to let it bounce, and it works out perfectly. I'm actually surprised at how well it worked out, because I didn't think I hit it far enough. But you see how much I decelerate? Did you see that? Let's take one look at that. So I actually do, oh my God, I do like a full backswing. Yes, a full backswing. Wow, that's not how you do this, I don't think. And then I just basically stop. The second the ball hits, I just stop. Just momentum takes me that far, but I don't know. It's not a good approach to this shot, I believe. But anyway, it lands perfectly. It lands on the slope, and it just rolls out to the green. It's actually far. So this is where it landed back here, and it rolled all the way down here. So if I landed it up here, I might have only needed to hit it like 20-some yards, and it might have landed right about here. But so if I make par, that means 2 putts. Yeah, not a good putt. That was a birdie putt, by the way. Could have easily made that and we'd be having a whole different conversation right now. But yeah, made a par. Okay, now this hole goes really poorly. Again, same reason. And this is a terrible piece of camera work. Apologize. Nowhere near. You're not able to see anything. Mostly because of that stuff in the front there. Actually the camera got hit by something. What was that? What was that? Oh, it comes from the back of... Yes, it's attached to the club. So when I turn the club over, it falls off and hits the camera. Some basically grass. Okay, here we go. Vote down below. Do you think this chip is going to go where I want it? The answer is no. Just quit on it. Now I have zero confidence in this club. At one point in the round, I said I think it's actually right now. I just edited it out. I said I'm not hitting this club again today, and I do not. This is the last shot that I used this club for. So that time I did. It went up in the air, but it went nowhere. So, okay. So now we have 3 putts coming in. So this is a 6, guys. This is a triple on a par 3. Not good. Not good at all. But again, a big part of it is that I'm not on the green on the first shot. If I could literally land on the green, if I could hit the green at all on a par 3, I would make a par every time, I feel like. Or at least I would never make more than a bogey. Because like more than 3 putts, yeah, I could do that. But if I have to chip, it's just GG, man. We're just talking about a double at least, if not a triple. I will never get a good... Unless the ground is flat and the lie is perfect, I have no concept of distance with chipping. Basically, if I can't use that putter stroke that I was talking about, then we're done now, skitty pop. So anyway, this is the 9th hole. You saw the way I played this on Monday, and I was not satisfied with it, mostly because I mishit it. But today I just said, forget about it. We're taking hybrid out here, and this is actually probably one of the best shots I hit all day. Everything looks like it's in sync. Yes, it is. You can see the turn is happening at the right. You can always tell the turn is happening at the right side because this side of my stomach is aligned with the club. That is what we want. So we're actually perfectly on pace. The swing went perfectly, and the ball flight is pure, exactly where we want it. Bit short, and that's making this hole very, very hard, but I would rather this than have some ridiculous shot off the side hill there. This looks like it's, again, too much backswing. Kind of swinging it like a baseball bat at this point because of the lie. And this time it's well hit, but it gets too much ground, so it just doesn't go anywhere. Well short of the green. Had probably a good 200 yards still in at that point, so again, bad camera work, but we are on the green, just very far away from the flag. There's the putt, and we got 3 putts coming up, so that is a 6 as well. So we played that on Monday as a 6. We played that today as a 6. So last video, our out was 49. That means the front 9 was 49. Today it was a 51. So let's identify what we did poorly. Obviously chipping. Putting, I'd say, wasn't as bad as Monday, but it wasn't great. We could have saved some strokes. And we actually played holes 1, 2, 5, 7, and 9 considerably better. I would say. I won't say considerably better because some of them were the same score as they were on Monday, but I think I got a lot of luck on Monday, honestly. So anyway, now we're on to the back 9, and the back 9 goes considerably better than the front 9, but it's still not as good as Monday's. It's actually not great at all, but it's definitely better than the front 9. So Monday, this is actually our best. We played this hole to bogey twice now. I've never made a bogey on this hole. The lowest I've ever been was double. Normally I'm uncountable. I lose so many balls. I just take like an 8 or a 9 or something. I don't just kind of estimate. But so anyway, again, same approach I had Monday. This time I kind of catch it low there, you see, kind of pop it up a bit so it's not as far. But I said forget about it. This time it's a little left too. So not ideal, but you won't actually be able to see here. I don't know what's going on with the artifacting. But anyway, it's probably just the player. But this time I aimed to the left. Last time I aimed to the right. I hit it farther than I expected. And it's actually in a really good spot. So this hole goes great. I can't make any complaints about this hole at all. This is I mean, look at this. you can't get a better shot. I just don't hit it great. I do the same thing I've been doing all day. Let's see, we can actually see the whole swing again. And yep, as I expected, the club is way too far up there. I just spent too much time in this position, and the hands do anyway, and then the rest of the body gets ahead. And as you're going to see, club head wide open. Actually, this time it kind of just slices, I guess. Or maybe it's just a line, but it misses far left, or far right, I mean. And not a good shot in, so. A good probably 40 yards still. And guess what? Not on the green. But this is much better. I do good with these types of chips. This is basically just a flat chip. It needs to go about 10 yards. That's it. Just a nice little, like, easy stroke. And as you see, we're going to do good here. And this is the reason we save a 6 out of this, because this chip right here. The first pitch was not great, but this one, just, that's easy. I can do that all day. Very easy. Not perfect. Didn't really come close to going in, but don't need it to. And there we go. Okay, so that's already a great start. Now, unfortunately, on Monday we got very lucky here. We do not get lucky today. Basically, same swing, kind of just see, like, I don't know why I'm so hunched over. I'm just worried about not making good contact with these really short irons. This is like 150 yards, not even, and it's massively downhill. So I always worry that I'm going to get too much of it. But here, again, this is basically the exact same shot that I had on Monday. And do absolutely nothing with it. Actually, that was the last shot I used that club for. Okay, so anyway. Now I just took out my pitching wedge, and I was like, all right, forget it. I'm hitting the pitching wedge is like quite long. Like I said, it's made for my uncle who is taller. Not good either. So that was 4 and 5. Okay, so double there, not great.
Not 5.
Now this shot is not hit well, but again, it's a great miss. This is a, look at that, a little bit of, oh man, I'm swinging, figuring something out. But anyway, a great miss here, kind of just sculled it a little bit, dead straight. This literally could not be better. This is the best, look at this, come on. This is the best possible approach. And I just messed up the chip again, or the pitch again. But this time it's better. I get it higher in the air. I just don't hit it the right length again. And here we are again chipping, but this time I said, nope, we're just going to use the pitching wedge and hopefully take the problems out of play, which I do. It's pretty good. You can't tell, but unfortunately we still got 2 putts coming up, but that is a 5. So this is a hole that I have birdied. Yes, on Monday's video I said that my birdie was on that other hole there, but this was the birdie on this course. I made 1 birdie when I played with my uncle a bit. Oh, I actually made 3 putts. Well, either way. Is that right? Maybe I recorded the wrong score. 1, 2. I don't know. Maybe I recorded the wrong score. Anyway, so here's that. Okay, here we go. This is a really important hole. So the last time we played this, we made a 6. It was because we were in the woods. So today I was like, you know what? Not going in the woods. So the problem is, this hole is extremely short. It's listed at 256, okay? But it's like just straight downhill. I wish I should show you the drive to where you go. It's like probably 40, 50 yards downhill. So what I had done in the past was I just tried to get the driver there like an idiot, typical hacker play, and then it would not go straight, and I'd lose the ball either off the back of the green or, you know, somewhere else that I could never find it. So then I started hitting iron, like a very high, like an 8 iron or something even less, trying to get the ball in that first half of that fairway. And then I felt like if I could use it, like kind of hit a 9 iron in or something, you know, something low in, well, it wouldn't be a concern. This would be an easy hole for me. But then when I started putting them in the woods, I started to realize that if I don't hit the 8 iron, like, because basically to hit that face of the fairway, I have to turn like this. And if I turn a little bit too much, then it's in the woods. It's only like, 100 yards to that front of that fairway there. So if I hit it 120, 130 yards, then it's in the woods. And that's what happened Monday. So today I was like, forget it. We're going at the flag, which is a good probably 30-yard adjustment to the right. We're taking out the hybrid and we're hitting it, the good 200 and some that I can hit it with that. And that is what we do. So we're actually down here. So we're on the second half of the fairway past the ravine that you might have seen on Monday. And we make par here? Is that right? I feel like I did something wrong here. Yeah, I guess we make par. Oh, right, because of course, yeah. So it's just 2 putts from now. I don't know why I'm all confused. Okay, so yeah, there we go. So 2 putts, boom. There's number 1. And number 2 is a tap in. So there you go. That's a good hole. The best hole we played on the back 9. Probably the best hole we played all day, honestly. Besides the 7th hole, that was good too. Okay, so now since we've been struggling blocking them outright, the driver will be too much. I said, forget about it. We're just going to take hybrid. And the box is all the way up here. You could tell because there's grass on the ground. It's not dirt. But yeah, the box is up way far. So I was like, forget it. I'm just going to hit hybrid again. Been hitting it well. And this is actually a funny little shot here. Watch this. Nothing wrong with the actual swing. It's a little bit too far left, again, because I was worried about blocking it right. And I probably still am timing. The timing's a little off. You won't probably be able to see this, but as you can tell, it's headed dead straight at this tree right here. You see this tree? And it is going to hit this part here and just bounce right into the fairway. And so yeah, we basically got a gift from the gods of golf. Gives us a little gift here. So now we're in the fairway, just pretty far still, of course, but this is again super uphill hole. The camera angle doesn't do it justice, frankly, and we don't hit it well. Topped it like crazy, but it rolls up pretty good, and we make a bogey here. So on Monday we made a par. Today we made bogey, mostly because of that bad second shot. Okay. Standard. I mean, again, I'm happy with the bogey. Having one bad shot on a hole is not a problem for me. That's where I'm at right now in golf. So this is not a good hole for me. Definitely the worst hole. I'd say the worst hole of the day, which is saying something, considering we had 3 chips on one hole. But this is just really bad course management, I would say. I'm thinking like, oh, hey, we're back to a really long hole. Let's try to blast a driver. Thinking too much, and as you see, kind of ahead in the swing, and that is again blocked out way right. Not normally a problem on this hole, but I didn't catch it well. So I'm in the trees. Typically, I'd be on the, you can kind of see the fairway down here. That's where I normally get it when I catch it a little right. But now instead I'm on the opposite side of the trees. I'm basically on the next hole. So now I have to hit through these trees here. And as you're going to see, it does not work, put it that way. Trying to get a little too cute. Power it really through that tree. And you're gonna see right in the dead. I mean, literally in the heart of the tree. I couldn't have done that if I wanted to. And it just kind of dies. Barely comes out. So now I'm on the other side. So this is, you can see the tree. This is the tree that I just hit into. So that basically went 40 yards. Here we go again, trying to, now this time I'm taking a different approach. I'm like, hey, I'm no idiot. Let's try to hit a little low, kind of bump and run type thing with the hybrid. Just kind of smash it up there. And I do just that. Kind of a little too low, kind of think it hits the ground a little bit. Clips the tree still. It doesn't get close. Yeah, it still catches the tree. And then it kind of just runs out here instead of continues to go forward. So I have about 40 yards, maybe less, maybe like 35 yards to the flag. The front is the flag is really close to the front. So this should be really easy. I'm really good with this. This is definitely my best shot, just kidding. Thanks for stopping by. About 40-foot putt. And this is a 7. I think we 3-putt here. And again, as you see, it hits something and it bounces up in the air, making it, I mean, I don't know. Not the best putter, but I certainly don't think that should be happening. Yeah, 3 putt. So that's a 7. If I got the pitch closer, we could have made a 5. But instead, it's a bad pitch and 3 putts, so that is that. But look how gorgeous it is. I mean, how do you even complain? I'll tell you what, man. This is why I like playing golf, dude. Even bad days like today, it's so nice to be outside on a day like today. It wasn't very warm. It was cold again, but still. Okay, so make a 5 on this hole. I'm surprised. Well, on Monday we made a 4. We kind of, if you remember, I wasn't happy with my drive on Monday. I'm happier with it today. Pretty good, just aimed a little bit too much right, probably subconsciously trying to correct for what happened Monday. So instead of being in the fairway, I'm in the rough. You could actually see that tree stump I'm talking about. So I'm a little short of that. I didn't hit it very far, but it's kind of because it's shaped to the right. So we lost some distance there. So we got about probably 70 yards to the flag. So this should be full. I think I'm hitting, yep, full swing here. Yep, that's as full as it's going to get. And just doesn't get there. So unfortunately, yardage may be a little off, but there's a chip. And now that was actually something worth noting. I don't know what the hell that was. Listen to this. Literally, as I'm in my backswing, somebody's like putting a pool together, some nuts. I don't know what's going on. There's houses all around, so. I mean, if you could hear that loud in the footage, think about how loud that was IRL, you know? So, but of course I can't blame bad chipping on that alone. And not a bad putt. Pretty close. So disappointing 5. Anytime I make anything higher than a 4 on this hole, I feel like, because it's such a short hole, 303 yard par. That's what it says. I think it might play a little longer than that, but okay. Now here we go. This is, hey, I learned from my mistake, right? That's what it should. That's what we should be talking about today. Fortunately, we are not. We made a 4 because I hit the front of the green and I had probably a 70-foot putt left. We do the exact same thing today. Now, I don't know why, because I took one club higher today, and I hit the same freaking spot. So maybe it was the wind. I think I hit it a bit off the toe. We will see, probably. Not sure how well you can tell that from behind the club, but timing, again, looks a little off, but it doesn't splay right. It's hit true. It's just not hit firmly. Club is a little tilted, but yeah, I mean, it doesn't look bad to me. I don't, the ball flight is perfect, so I'm not sure what I did wrong there. As you see, we have this putt in again. Basically the exact same spot. If it was the front right flag location, this would have been a birdie. But instead, it is a bogey. Because I just can't. That was never going to get close. I mean, that is so far away. I try to hit like I might as well take the driver out. And as you see, I'm a good 25 feet past it. That was a mighty bad putt there. So anyway, nice little between the legs shot. You don't see this every day. Go in the hole. Thank you. Okay, final shot. This is actually a really good tee shot. We hit it exactly where we wanted to this time. Followed up by an extremely bad shot, but we scored this hole way better than we did on Monday because only one bad shot on the whole hole. There is a great little, I mean, that is just perfect on the left side instead of on the right side, so we have a much better approach in. It does hook a bit. I think it's maybe just fatigue at this point, or just, again, too far forward in my stance. But as you see here, I think I'm going to just go ahead and say I think part of it's fatigue. Because whenever I do what I'm about to do, I always, in the corner of my mind, have to start thinking it's because I'm getting tired and I'm not able to keep the tempo right. So you're going to see a duff, as they call it. Just kind of bounces and goes nowhere. But in this game, nowhere is death because there's all that water there. So this is actually funny. This is one of the best hits I had all day. Take a practice swing first. As you see, I'm basically hitting off cement with some grass laid on top of it. because so many cards come through here. But watch this. This is hilarious. Let's see if we could take this. You're going to see perfect. And backswing is a little extended. Anytime you see the butt of the club like that, it's a little extended, but I compensate quickly, get the hands through very quickly, and the club is, it's a little open, but it's, look at that, dead square contact, and boom, right into whatever that reed is. See that? Look at that thing. A little bit of a, it's a low ball flight. Clips that thing, and that probably takes a good 10, 15 yards off it. It still goes fine, no problem whatsoever. And we are dead center of the fairway with about 45 yards left, I believe. So that's my third. Well, it would have been my third if I wasn't so bad. Let's put it that way. So this is my fifth, I guess. I make a 7 here. So we'll find out. But anyway, much better pitch. It's a little left out, a little left to the left, but it's way better than Monday's. Way better. I'm actually close to the green. Little putting stroke, and we just let it bounce down there, and it runs out right to the cup. And this time we do not miss the 5-footer twice. Monday we missed that 5-foot putt twice. I tried again after I missed it. Same result. So, but that is that, guys. 99. Did not play well at all. Well, that's not true. I did just, the short game is just abysmal. Whereas Monday it was controlled. I had some bad shots, but I also had some good ones. Today it was really mostly just, I didn't go to the range today. That was one thing that I did on Monday. But honestly, I need to not go to the range because I just can't afford that. It's too much money to go to the range and play golf. So that's pretty much what we got to stick with. Just get out there and take a couple practice swings and hope everything's lined up. But yeah, chipping, just a complete joke. Chipping and to some degree putting, they hold me back probably 5-10 strokes, honestly. If I didn't make 3 or 4 chips across 2 or 3 par 3s, we would have been, low 90s. It'd probably be 94 again because there was some holes that we played better than Monday and only a couple that we played worse. It was just way worse. So let me know what you think. Thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next one. Although, unfortunately, I don't know when the next one's going to be as Shadowlands Beta heavily amped up again with the level 60 realm testing. So probably, this takes like 3 hours to make these videos. So probably won't have much time to make golf videos for at least a few weeks, but we'll see. Might try to do something.